Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys had internal discussions on $145 million George Pickens move. By all accounts, the Cowboys are happy with the play of wide receiver George Pickens. How could they not be? Pickens has 36 catches for 607 yards, that's fourth in the NFL, an average of 16.9 per catch, that's second among players with 30 catches, and has a career-high 6 touchdowns heading into Week 8. The Cowboys were able to pilfer Pickens from the Steelers after Pittsburgh tired of having the star receiver in Coach Mike Tomlin's doghouse, but also because he did not figure to be a guy the Steelers wanted to sign to a long-term deal. Pickens is in the final year of his contract, and is set for free agency next winter. If he gets there, that is. The Cowboys do have the right to lock up Pickens on a long-term deal, and according to reporting from ESPN, they're already trying to figure out if they can afford to do that. Pickens won't be cheap. He has shown, especially in the span in which CeeDee Lamb was injured, that he can be a true wide receiver one, and even if he is not among the top tier of receiver contracts, he is going to require a significant payday. Spotrac pegs Pickens' market value at $29 million per year and projects him receiving a 5-year, $145 million deal. That's tough to pay out when Lamb will be entering the second year of a 4-year, $136 million contract. Asking the Cowboys to commit about $65 million per year to a pair of receivers might be excessive. Other teams are doing it, though. And the force of the Cowboys' offense this season might warrant consideration of such a move in Dallas. That's the essence of this week's report from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, who wrote, "The Cowboys have had internal discussions about a possible extension for receiver George Pickens, to the point where they've been examining the rosters and cap situations of teams like Cincinnati, Miami, and Philadelphia, who are all paying multiple high-end receivers. I don't think anything gets done on this until after the season, but Dallas has been happy with Pickens since acquiring him in an off-season trade with Pittsburgh, and it is at least considering what it would look like to keep Dak Prescott's wide receiver tandem together." Indeed, the Cowboys have been devastating offensively. Prescott is second in the NFL with 1,881 yards passing, with 16 touchdowns against just 3 interceptions. At 185, he has thrown the most completions in the league and has a completion rate of 71.4%, fourth in the NFL. With 855 yards rushing, the Cowboys are arguably the most balanced team in the NFL, their top-ranked passing game bolstered by the number 13 running game in the league. Cowboys look to buck history at Mile High Stadium this Sunday. As the Dallas Cowboys prepare for a high-altitude showdown with the Denver Broncos this Sunday, the matchup carries extra meaning beyond just mid-season momentum. Dallas enters the contest at 3-3-1, a team that has flashed offensive brilliance behind quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb but remains shaky on defense due to a string of injuries to key starters and a new scheme under defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. Meanwhile, the Broncos have quietly become one of the AFC's hottest teams. Quarterback Bo Nix, in his sophomore season, has led Denver to a 5-2 record, including a 4-game winning streak, while the defense, anchored by standout cornerback Patrick Surtain II, has been among the stingiest units in the league. This game is a battle of opposites, Dallas' explosive offense versus Denver's disciplined defense, but for the Cowboys, it's also about rewriting a painful chapter of history. They've struggled mightily against the Broncos over the past few decades. For Dak Prescott, Sunday may be his last realistic opportunity to notch a win over the Denver Broncos, one of 2 AFC teams he's never beaten, Buffalo Bills. Prescott is 0-2 lifetime against Denver, and both losses were decisive. His first encounter came in 2017, a nightmare in the thin air of Mile High Stadium. Prescott's second attempt in 2021 wasn't much better, as Dallas fell 30-16 at AT&T Stadium. The offense failed to find rhythm until garbage time, while Denver's run game, led by then-rookie Javonte Williams, now ironically a Cowboy, punished the defense with 111 rushing yards. This time, Prescott must flip the script. Dallas hasn't won in Denver since 1992. That's right, not since Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin, the legendary triplets, led the Cowboys to a 31-27 victory at Old Mile High Stadium. Since then, the Cowboys are 0-3 in Denver, and those losses haven't been close. For the Cowboys to finally end that 33-year drought, the defense must channel that 1992 energy. Blockbuster proposed trade sends Cowboys a $160 million six-time Pro Bowl star. The Dallas Cowboys continue to be linked to star pass rushers as potential replacement options for Micah Parsons. Dallas has been floated as a possible landing spot for Las Vegas Raiders star Max Crosby. The challenge is the Raiders may not be eager to trade the team's best player amid the franchise's dismal start to the season. There are other potential trades the Cowboys could explore in the coming days. USA Today's Angel Torres outlined several potential NFL trade pitches for Dallas to land a star pass rusher. One name could be very interesting for Cowboys fans. Find out why Cleveland Browns superstar Myles Garrett could be a fit for the Cowboys ahead of the NFL trade deadline. Torres floated Garrett as a possible bonus trade target for the Cowboys. What would a potential trade look like for the Cowboys and Browns? The trade proposal has Dallas landing Garrett in exchange for a package of 3 future draft picks. Cleveland acquires Dallas first-round pick, 2026, second-rounder, 2026, and a future 7th-round selection, 2027. There is only one player that could make the sting of losing edge Micah Parsons go away, and that guy is Texas native Myles Garrett, Torres detailed in an October 21. Cleveland has refused to move the superstar defensive end even after he publicly lobbied to be traded during the offseason. Another losing season and a head coach on the hot seat could prompt the Browns to revisit a deal. The obvious problem here is the amount of dead money that would accelerate onto Cleveland's already projected over-limit cap space in 2026, an additional $40 million for giving away their best player, Torres added. Garrett is arguably the premier defensive end in the league, and adding him to this defense would undoubtedly put pressure on opposing offense coordinators to have a plan on stopping the 2023 defensive MVP and 4-time All-Pro edge player.